Good morning. Happy Wednesday. Hope everyone's having a great morning so far and a great trading session. I have only taken one trade. I lost it, and it's actually a trade that I had already had written down that I think I want to limit that one. That particular setup, I used to only have limited to 2 different ways to enter, and the trade that I entered was not one of them. So I think I'm going to go back to that, which is fine. But yeah, we're just hitting the high impact news event of pending home sales. So I will wait until 9:02 to start trading again. Then we should be good until 9:30 for crude oil. I'm tired. Good morning, Applejacks. Nope, I'm on time this moment. Okay. I am on time. Only because my best friend is off of work, so I'm sleeping. He ain't taking up my morning. How are you this morning? So we have to end the day with at least 250 in profit in each account. Well, at least the one account that I almost didn't notice that. At least in account 22 since it renews tomorrow. I'm freezing. I could not sleep last night again. I dozed off for like 30 minutes and then I just could not go back to sleep till like 4:15. I don't know what's wrong with me. Shit. So if I yawn today, I'm sorry. I'm exhausted. I just cannot seem to get the freaking sleep that I need. I don't know why my body is doing this to me. I feel like I'm being tortured. You're fantastic. Oh, you're having a great morning. Good morning, Janelle. How are you? Some leftover hibachi to eat when I get home. Oh, that's why you fantastic. You just woke up. Steak and shrimp. Okay. We're getting somewhere. I agree with you on that hibachi as long as there's no grapes in it. I haven't had hibachi in so long. You want to know what I've been thinking about lately is going to here is called Toscanos, but it's like one of those Brazilian places where they come around with a whole bunch of different meats and like slice it for you. And you get to just try all the meats. Well, the only reason I haven't been in so long is because I now don't eat chicken. The last time I went, I probably was like in my early 20s. And the only thing I didn't eat at that time was pork. So it was like, oh, okay, you know, I could still eat practically everything else. But now it's like I have to worry about how many turkey options do they have? How many beef options do they have? That kind of thing. So I'm kind of limited when it comes to certain places. And then it's like, okay, is it really worth that if I can only eat XYZ? Probably not. Probably not. I did make some adjustments yesterday to my strategy. And I just want to I want to see how it works out today. I've been noticing that like with the regular pullbacks, as long as it's the regular ones, not the alternate ones. The alternate one is the one that I lost, the one trade that I lost this morning, which when I was going back in my journal, like it was either yesterday or the day before that I was saying I think that I need to go back to being really restrictive with the alternate one, where if it's not a color change or like the POC volume is opposite the trade direction I'm going, then I don't need to take the trade. So when I lost this morning, I was like, you already kind of had a feeling about that. But the regular pullbacks, I don't think I have to be, like I said, as restrictive with certain things, because and maybe when the market slows down a little bit later, I'll kind of explain it. But basically, I was thinking about things in terms of like who's in control at the time. Like when you think about order flow. So like if a regular pullback like this, if this last swing before I enter is less volume than the previous swing down, that means that the buyers are still in control, right? Because the sellers didn't push this last swing down enough to take over control of the trend. So because of that, I should be able to still enter like trades where the POC volume is still buyer's volume, because the buyers are still in control at that time. Hopefully that makes sense. Whereas if there's more volume in this swing than the previous one, let's pretend the new high is not there, then the sellers have already started to take control over the uptrend. So at that moment, my POC volume needs to be seller's volume, because that means that I've trapped them here to try to continue the uptrend. Hopefully that makes sense. But yeah, so that's kind of where we are at the moment. Opposites, last three, level, none of those. All right, cool. But yeah, so I was thinking in terms of that, and I was like, that kind of makes sense, because the last couple of days when I was journaling, there were times where, you know, buyers are still in control, and I was looking only for sellers volume in the POC to trap them. But I'm like, well, I think that's a little bit too restrictive. So we'll see how it works out. I am going to take the trades if they show up that way today. So yeah. And we'll just kind of go from there. Either it works out or it doesn't. Either way, we're fine. But I wanted to, like, I started doing this this PowerPoint yesterday because I needed to like get my thoughts a little bit more organized on why I'm looking for the POC volume to be what I'm looking for. To know if it's just a continuation of the trend or if it is a continuation, but like I'm trying to trap whoever, like trap sellers in an uptrend, trap buyers in a downtrend type of thing. So I had to like put my thoughts out in a more organized way so that it all made sense, because for me, doing that is going to help me to remember the rules. So if I can just remember, oh, I'm trying to trap sellers right here, so I want the volume to be opposite, then it's very easy for me to remember. All right, I'm not looking for that. Great. I spent $40 on that food. Was worth it. Got some crab regulars too. Where'd you get the hibachi from? I used to love this one place in, pretty sure it's Atlanta. It's Atlanta, but I don't remember what the name of it was. Yeah, I can't remember the name of it. But I think that probably was the last time I had hibachi, was the last time I was in Atlanta. And this was many, many years ago. The company that I helped start, the headquarters was in Atlanta. And I was one of the very few corporate members who did not live in Atlanta. And they used to try to get me to move all the time. I hated Atlanta. I was there too much. Like, I couldn't even enjoy it. Plus, you know, when you sit in traffic at midnight, you're no longer interested. So let's see what the rest of the session brings. I'm pretty sure that one trade that I took this morning is the only setup that I had, which technically wasn't a real setup. So unless I just missed something, which is very well possible, the market kind of moves a little too fast for me sometimes. So we kind of need to have like a $350 swing, because the profit needs to be $250 in order for the full drawdown to be back on that account. Okay, I don't want to do that anymore then. We're failing. I think it was because we honestly, I should have paid attention to this. We were rotating over this yellow line that I drew here. I don't like taking any trades that rotate over that level, so that was just me being mindless, I guess. Hoping that it didn't matter for that particular trade. Of course, we get stopped out for it to go up. That's what happens when you're not paying attention. All right, I gotta mark something on my chart real quick. So both trades I took today have been invalid trades. Great. I'm going to have to start multiplying contracts though, because I don't get a whole lot of trades after 10 o'clock. So I'm going to have to do that now. Have. Oh, well, great. My last trade didn't even copy. All right, so we're going to start doing 2 contracts on that particular account, and we're going to still stick with 1 contract on the followers. So I have the size at half on the copy trader. Just thought about this. ATL is dangerous and expensive. Well, I'm in St. Louis. St. Louis is way more dangerous than Atlanta, but it is very expensive. I'll give you that one for sure. For sure. This is why I draw the yellow line, so that I can pay attention to it. That's disappointing a little bit. If it's the strategy, cool. When it's me, not so much. But it's cool. Let's see what we can do to bring it back. Put it back on a 10-second chart. We got crude oil coming up in 14 minutes. Low impact shouldn't even really affect us at all, but I'm just going to be mindful of the trade times. I can't really take buys until we break pretty much 450 up there. So I'll just have to be patient until then. Try to take only the setups that I'm really confident in. Oh yeah, and I definitely had to refine the divergence, the regular divergence. I told you guys I was gonna have to do that yesterday, and how uncomfortable that I am with the divergence. But I think I figured out the pattern with them. So we'll see. We'll see. Place I work at is a cafeteria with a bunch of restaurants. Can't wait for lunch. Ooh, is it good places? That's the only reason why you work there. Being like, crap, I'm getting back to work and I'll be getting it next week. It's a huge plus. My back has been killing me again, so as much as I want to work out, I legit cannot. I might try to walk on the treadmill today, but I don't know what it is. I do know what it is. I mean, my back, I was born this way, right? Speaking of which, why did I have a dream that I needed another knee surgery? Y'all, I promise y'all I dream about the weirdest things. I had a dream that I needed some kind of knee surgery. But it was like the surgeons from Botched, which I have not watched that show in so long. Why am I dreaming about these people? But anyway, so I was like, which knee is it? Is it the knee that I already had surgery on? They were like, yeah. I'm like, okay. And so I told them, I was like, look, I really don't want to have surgery. Can you just at least make sure that I wake up? Like, I'm not trying to die during a surgery for my knee when I could walk just fine. But I somehow was like slightly awake during the surgery because I like saw them pulling. Okay, so I have a cadaver ACL. No, I don't have a cadaver. It's not a cadaver. It's from my patellar tendon. But the way that they have it screwed in is a little crazy because sometimes I still have pain in the screw area. But either way, whatever. So in the dream, I had a cadaver ACL. And so while they're in there trying to fix whatever my other knee problem was, they were like, do you see this? So they pulled my cadaver ACL out and was like, this is terrible, this was botched. It was like full of just gunk and bacteria and everything else. And so they ended up having to reconstruct my ACL again, plus fix whatever the other knee problem was. I woke up like, girl, what? It's not even your knee that hurts. Your back hurts. Why are you dreaming about this? From botched. Yes. My ACL surgery from when I was 15 apparently has been botched. And I remember that I like woke up from the surgery and I was like, yeah, because I remember when I had my first surgery, I couldn't bend my knee past 60 degrees after like a month. So they had to go back. It was either a month or 2 months. So they had to go back in. And now, even though I can bend my knee, I can't straighten it all the way. They're like, yeah, we're going to fix that because you need to be, equal unilateral. I'm like, okay, cool, whatever, do what you do. But why did I have that dream? I don't know. Don't ask me questions. I don't know what goes on in my brain when I go to sleep. But yeah, they fixed my knee that I didn't know I had a problem with. All right, we're going to try this trade again. Nope. Never mind. It invalidated itself, and it would have just been a break even. I'm being conservative this week because my calendar, my last few days of bad trading, but my setup was there today. Great. Usually one interesting Jacks, I swear. It's nothing wrong with being conservative, especially when you know you're not there all the way mentally. Maybe you're tired physically, emotionally, whatever. Like, all of that stuff matters, right? But the most important thing to me is like, even when you need to take breaks from trading, I feel like it's so important to still like look at the charts to review, especially if you're not someone like me who since I scalp, like it takes me at least an hour or so, maybe like at least 30 to 45 minutes to an hour to review the charts after I'm done trading each day, because there are so many setups that I have to go through and kind of filter through and see what's important, see what's not, that kind of thing. But if you're not somebody like that and you can quickly just go to see if your setup worked or not, like I still think that it's healthy to do that just to like make sure that you're still staying in the right mind frame, because if you stay away from the charts too long, it's adios. And it's hard to come back from it. It's kind of like how they talk about kids who graduate high school and take a gap year, and how it's really hard for them to find the desire to get back into school. I feel that way about trading. If I take too long away from the charts, then it's like, yeah, I'm not going back to that shit. That's how I be feeling. Okay, well, I tried to get into the trade. All right. Pretty sure that probably just skipped through. If we look at a Renko chart, this one. Yeah, I tried to get in on that. The order was there and then it disappeared a second later. It was gone. It was gone. Is this the old? No. Yes. No. You just drew it wrong, Goofy. You're supposed to try it down here. What are you doing? That would have been a really nice trade. I was a little worried at first because we got that double top middle, but I wasn't too worried because it doesn't really matter anymore like I thought it did. I bought Mastering the Mental Game of Trading. Love this book. Trade in London this week. One contract, taking it slow. I'm gonna have to look at Mastering the Mental Game of Trading. This one. The Stephen Goldstein one. All right, I just saved it to my list. I still haven't finished. Hold on, I'll show you. This one. I bought this book so long ago. Look how thick it is. No, thank you. It's a really good book though, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I think the reason why I really stopped reading it is because it talks a lot about technical analysis and different trading systems and stuff like that, and I'm not really interested in that. But I did get all the way to page 237 out of like 600 and something, so I got pretty far. Okay. But the last place that I got to was the benefits of a mechanical trading system. And this is actually I love the conversation about that, because you have so many people who feel like mechanical black and white systems don't work because the market is ever changing. But no matter how much the market is ever changing, and this is why I had the thought process of switching to a more volume-based strategy, no matter how much the market is changing, volume is still consistent. Like volume patterns, let me say that. Volume patterns are pretty consistent even when the market has low volume or high volume. But one of the lines in here says that one of the benefits of a mechanical trading system is that it ensures a consistent approach, which is what's most important to me, is being consistent. I know that there's a lot of people who are successful trading like off of hunches and like discretionary thought processes and stuff. That does not work for me. I need to be consistent. If I see this pattern, I take it. If I don't see the pattern, I don't take it. That's just how my brain works. And I feel like it's very difficult from being someone who's super analytical. It's very difficult to analyze your edge when it's based on how you feel, if that makes sense. Because if it's so discretionary, but I have a different thought process today than I do 2 weeks from now. So because my thought processes are different, that same setup could set up the exact same way, but because of how I feel today, I took it. But 2 weeks from now, because of how I feel, I don't take it. I don't like stuff like that. And also, having a mechanical trading system helps you to trade like a robot. Are you still going to have, opportunities to go on tilt? Sure, absolutely. Especially when you don't have the psychological aspect of it together. That's never been my problem personally. That's one thing that it was very easy for me to master, because in real life I don't waste money, so I'm not going on tilt and wasting progress, on accounts, or wasting money because I'm in a live account, going on tilt and things like that. So that's just me personally. But yeah, and then the other part that I left off of, it was talking about how there's 3 basic types of systems: trend following, counter trend, and then pattern recognition, which, yeah. But like I said, it was a very good book. It just started going into things that I wasn't interested in anymore. And that book is pretty expensive too. I can't remember how much I paid for it, but at least it was expensive when I got it. I might need it. It's pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. Let me see something. Let me see how many chapters is it in it. I don't highlight in my books. Don't act, well, I know why I don't. It's mainly because I don't like clutter, right? And I feel like when I highlight inside of books, it just creates clutter and it creates clutter in my mind because what I deem as important today might not be deemed as important later. And now I just have these unimportant things highlighted. Don't ask me why my brain works this way, but it does. There are, my goodness, there are 38 chapters in this book. 38. For beginners only is one chapter. The Great Fundamental versus Technical Analysis Debate. Charts, are they a forecasting tool or folklore? Types of charts. Linking contracts for long-term chart analysis. Trends, trading ranges, support and resistance, chart patterns. Is chart analysis still valid? Technical indicators. Wait a minute. Oh, that pushed up slightly too high. Mid-entry and pyramiding, choosing stop loss points, setting objectives and other position exit criteria, the most important rule in chart analysis, technical trading systems, structure and design, examples of original trading systems, selecting the best futures price series for system testing, testing and optimizing trading systems, how to evaluate past performance. Part 5 is all about fundamental analysis, inflation, just talking about stuff like that. Part 6 is future spread and options, and they talk about 75 trading rules and market observations. Like, there's certain parts of that book that I probably will go back and look at, especially the parts that aren't really talking about strategies and systems, because I don't want my brain to get fried looking at stuff like that. But it is a really nice book though. 38 chapters, 600 and something pages. There's a lot of great info in there. All right, so we're coming out of crude oil now. I had a feeling I wouldn't really get very many trades today since FOMC is this afternoon. Yesterday I can't remember. Yesterday was like 10 trades. No, 9. And considering both trades I took today were invalid trades, I'm still at 0. Like I said, I could have missed a trade easily, probably 1 or 2, but at least all that I've seen, I ain't missed none yet. But I always catch that kind of stuff when I'm journaling though. Almost took that, but I couldn't. POC was right on my yellow line that I drew. So we couldn't take that. So I need, what, 500? Everything just kind of keeps invalidating itself, which is whack. Very whack. Tell him a crazy lady. Oh, okay. Wait, Apple Jacks. Hold on, honey bun. Tell them get out your business. I'm exhausted. Trying to stay focused. So I got music playing in my ears because my brain does not want to work. It wants to go to sleep. They don't need to know exactly. Alright, that already invalidated itself unless we do a 1 bar pullback, which is not setting up properly at the moment. Shouldn't you be actually working? She is. Anyone trade using an LLC or S corp? So my Apex account is in my LLC. I switched it before I passed the first eval, which they allow you to do. I'm gonna do a 10-hour OSHA training. Oh my god, OSHA training is the most annoying. That was the one thing that I hated was just all of like what I felt like was completely unnecessary. I think I just no. Yeah, I had a feeling. I think because I would have lost that trade if I got in. I think when I take these deep divergence pullbacks, because it's after the new high, it needs to be opposite volume in the wick versus regular volume, because you think about it, we've pushed very hard off of it, right? I need to trap the sellers there. I don't want it to be buyer volume, which is what it was, and I kind of had a feeling that's why I didn't take it. Just another thing that I've been paying attention to, honestly. So I think there was another trade that was like that, either sometime this week or maybe last week or something, and it lost because it was the correct volume there instead of opposite. So I lost it if I took it. Janelle, I can tell you that my tax guy, let me stop the music because I won't be able to talk. My tax guy basically, unless you, when you do this S Corp, yeah, you have the tax benefits. But if you are a single member LLC, it doesn't really help you that much with tax benefits, because unless you make a certain amount of money, because everything that you can write off with an LLC in regards to being a 1099 contractor is what you can write off as an individual. But I am always someone who believes that control everything but own nothing type of thing. So that's just my thought process. And plus, you know, if you ever want to get to the point of trading under an LLC and declaring an S corp, then that's the way that you're going to do it, right? So the only problem, of course, is with Apex, you can't transfer the accounts. You will have to start all over. The only way you can transfer it is before you pass the first eval. Have to open a new Apex. Making too much money as an individual. Is Top Step the same way? Because I feel, no, I don't remember who they were talking about that said that you could transfer it. I don't remember which company it was. But yeah, you would have to start over. So if I were you, like, I would try to get like, if you're close to being at month 4 on your accounts, first of all, if you aren't maxed at 20, you technically can start on the second account. And if you're using a platform where you'll be able to, you know, trade both of them, copy trading, if you are a copy trader, then just go ahead and do that. Because what you can do is, once you hit month 4 on your individual accounts, you can always decide to withdraw everything, and you've already started working on the other accounts anyway for your LLC. But that was the headache that I did not want to go through. So when I found out that you could change it as long as you didn't pass the first eval, I was like, oh, you ain't got to tell me nothing. So I went ahead and I switched it at that point. Too close here. Zigzag is not the color I want it to be. This is the other thing. I stopped taking that. There's only one divergence setup that I'm okay with taking where the zigzag is the same color of the direction I'm going. So like, it's red right now and I would be going for a sale. The only one that I'm okay with doing it is if it's a double bottom or double top end. I'm cool with it. But other than that, I don't like it. I need it to be opposite. I just need a few good setups. That's it. I couldn't take that one because of the two yellow lines going through the body of the candle. I needed the POC to be in the wick anytime that happens. Yeah, Janelle, OSHA is like when you're going through learning what to do if you have a chemical spill and just all that kind of stuff. Orientation was the worst in the healthcare field. There was just so much going through, like, I think almost every place, like, especially if you work in a hospital. The last place that I worked, because it wasn't a hospital, it wasn't that intense. But like when I worked for the state, for instance, at the state psych hospital, not only did you have the regular OSHA training and learning their system, which because I was agency, I don't get the same orientation and training as like a regular employee, because a lot of times with agency, you're signing 3-month contracts at a time, sometimes 6 months, sometimes a year. When I worked there, I didn't have to keep renewing my contract at all. I just had the contract and that was that. But having to go through crisis training, there we only needed to have CPR and what's the first aid, but the crisis response training, I feel like honestly is something that I feel like law enforcement needs to go through. That's just me personally, because there's no way that a group of women can take a 250-pound man down to the ground without putting a knee in somebody's back, cutting off airways, things like that, and we have him secured to where he cannot move. So I just feel like if we can do that, they should be able to too. That's just how I feel. And I think that crisis response is good for them as well, because you have to know how to handle people who have mental health issues. And if you're going to, we all know that not every police officer is trying to protect or serve, right? But I honestly think that certain trainings everyone in life should go through. I feel like everybody should have to go through CPR and first aid when we're in grade school. I feel like it should be a class that's required once you get to middle school and high school as well, because it's so important. You know, you can really save a life. But also I think that crisis response is super important as well, because it helps you to learn how to stay aware of your surroundings, which is extremely important. Like, I remember when we were in Vegas a couple of years ago and we were walking on the strip, I noticed a person who clearly had mental health issues before my mom did. And it's nothing against her. She doesn't have the formal training that I have, right? But it was just the simple fact that, like, I'm so aware of everything because of all the training that I've gone through. Yeah, and I feel like it's something that everybody should go through. Trade, are you gonna work out? See, that's annoying. That doesn't normally work out. That's why I didn't take it. But that's the divergence trade that I told you guys I'm still trying to figure out, honestly. But anyway, yeah, they do. I feel like if you're going to be in that position, you need to go through extensive training, psychological training, making sure that people are in it for the right reasons, because people just naturally, especially men, we talk about this when it came to the Apex mods, right? They naturally just, their egos allow them to, or force, I wouldn't say force, but their ego gets in the way and causes a complete abuse of power. And if you are a scary person, you definitely should not be someone who can legally pull guns out on people. That's just my thought process. I think I screwed myself with selling stocks and day trading this year. Of course, I didn't expect to make this time. Yeah, Janelle. But you know what? Do you typically do your own taxes? Do you have a tax professional that you are already going to? How are you handling your taxes before? I wouldn't say you screwed yourself, though. I mean, naturally, the higher you go, the more taxes you're going to pay. Especially when you are not like a traditional business, you know, yes, you do get over 450 tax deductions as someone who gets paid on a 1099 as a business owner. But of course, the biggest tax breaks are with traditional businesses. But you can still save quite a bit of money as long as you are tracking expenses right and knowing what you have access to, what you don't have access to, those kind of things. I cannot believe that it's been like, what? Can we get a trade in? This is not that choppy on it. Well, this is a 10-second chart though. I cannot believe that I don't really have that many setups. It's making me angry. Are we gonna lose again? Come on, bro. And I technically missed this entry. It took off. I would have made the money back right there. This is gonna start making me irritated. I'm not gonna lie to ya. Super irritated. That's such a, like, what irritates me most on days like this is that particular divergence is the one I legit very rarely lose that trade. Very rarely. So it's very annoying. And then in the process of me looking at that, when I missed that sell, that would have just made the money back. So I should honestly be break even right now if I didn't take those first two. Oh, and then of course I missed that sell right there. That's the other thing, like, and I noticed this about myself the other day. When I lose a trade, I need to just lose it. I will review it later, because in the process of that, I always miss trades. Like, I missed that sell right there because I'm, you know, I wouldn't say harping on that particular loss, but because I'm looking at it, trying to make sure, did I take it right? Did I do it wrong? That's all stuff that doesn't matter in the moment because the market's moving too fast. So I need to just pay attention, because I would have just had 2 back-to-back wins, which would have more than taken care of that loss. missed that one. And the other sale. So that's something that I definitely, like I said, I've been paying attention to that the last like week or so. And that's something that I definitely need to change. The only thing I need to do is just make whatever note on my chart, you know, if there's one that needs to be made, like a zigzag change or something like that, and just keep it moving. It is what it is. There's nothing you could do about it. Whether it was a valid trade or not, it's literally nothing you could do about it. You've already been in and been out, right? So that's just, yeah, something that I noticed that I need to stop doing. But I'm not gonna let it get to me. I've made too much progress since July 19th. So I ain't gonna let it get to me, but it's not better. I have a CPA. This is the first year I started day trading with props. I got you. Well, you can always, like, have you asked your CPA what you can do to try to reduce your tax liability from now to the end of the year at least? I really have to stop doing that. I really do. Because those 2 wins would have me like basically back at break even. So it's pretty annoying. I don't really want to take that because of how I normally trade at the prime high and lows. I'm not super comfortable with this trade. Because the prime high is going through the body, and when I'm counter trend, I don't do that. And I don't really think I've paid attention while I've been doing this. I don't think I've been paying attention to when that happens, and it looks like we might invalidate ourselves anyway. But when that happens, when I'm still going in the same direction of the overall trend. Did we break? We did break. All right. Well, it doesn't matter now. Are we gonna get another loss? Yeah. Alright, now I'm kind of forcing it. I don't really like taking divergence trades on the zone like that. So it looks like I'm gonna be purposely blowing this account because I highly doubt that I can get $1,000 in the next hour, 45 minutes. Which is fine. We're still just going to keep going. But actually, no, what I am going to do, because I don't want to have to do this after. All right. I'm going to be so mad at myself by the time I start journaling this shit today. It's like all the progress that I've made in the last 12 days is just gone now. We're gonna start doing half. Because I don't want to keep trading after the session's over. So I'm just gonna risk half of the available drawdown at this point, and we're either gonna fail it or get back to where we need to be by 10:45. That's that. I think I'm more mad at the account that I just started on Monday, if anything, because today has just been pretty trash. But my fault trash. But it's cool. Why don't you use another prop which it maybe would be more beneficial for you in terms of rules or inversionista? Who are you talking to? Applejacks don't make you stew. What did I do? I honestly, my version of tilt is like I stopped caring. I still care, and I think I'm more so just being mindless. Like, again, just trying to force it. I don't ever take divergence trades on when it covers the whole zone like that. I really don't like taking divergence trades like that at all. And now that I even think about it, I wasn't even supposed to take this one because the volume of this swing was too high. It was more than this one, and we just changed biases. So that was just stupid as hell, just altogether, to be honest with you. And missing those two, just, yeah. But it's cool. It is what it is. We just got to do better the next 2 days. Good morning, Trenches. How are you? Looking into a CPA. I was a wealth advisor more than today trading tech stocks. Also took a KeAmber. What's a SB lock? Pizza gonna be so lit at lunch. Wait. I thought you. Oh wait, your hibachi is your dinner. I was about to say, girl, you having pizza and hibachi? I'm gonna be so irritated with myself. Like, I don't even want to journal this. I don't want to journal it. I'm not gonna lie. Journaling is so good for reflection, but it's also so annoying when you are making mistakes. It's like, why are you so stupid? That's literally what why are you so dumb? Why were you being so dumb today? What is wrong with you? But it's cool. All right, but the biggest thing is I definitely have to pay attention to. All right, I got 4 contracts and that's a 4th. All right, I gotta make sure my copy trader is right with me changing contract sizes and everything. I just knew I was gonna have a really good week this week and end up starting to trade my PAs next week, so kind of sucks. Kind of sort of sucks, but it's cool. Going through it today, Trenches. Me too. Just to put, well, first of all, I wasn't getting a lot of trades at first, and then my very first trade that I took was actually a trade that I already was questioning, like a setup, my alternate pullbacks, that I don't really like them much except when my minor bias changes, pretty much. So after I took the trade, I went into my journal because I was like, I think I already had a feeling about this, and I did. So that was that. And I'm pretty sure every trade, no, I did just take a divergence trade that was valid, but in the midst of me losing it, because it's something that has such a high win-loss ratio, it's probably my highest one, honestly. I was like questioning, and in the middle of me questioning, looking down at my cheat sheet, trying to make sure that I got it right, which I already, that particular setup, I already know like backwards and forwards. So I had no reason to look down, but in the process of like, I guess being annoyed with the loss, I missed 2 back-to-back wins and then forced this sale right here, which is a trade I don't ever take. So yeah, that's the story of today. But it's cool. Just gotta do better. sorry guys. All right. 1935 divided by 2. Technically, do I want to keep just risking half? See, what I don't want to do is keep only risking half and then it ends up being 1045 and I'm not back to full drawdown. I would only be 300 away if I win the next trade. Or do I just go ahead and risk? No, I'm gonna do 4 again just cause. Except I'm probably not gonna risk it here at this resistance level. Alright, and I don't have to. Yeah, so right now what I'm trying to figure out, I have like about $600 of drawdown that I need to make up to get it back to full drawdown, and we only have 30 minutes left. So what I could do is still risk 4 contracts, or I can just risk half of what I need, continue to adjust and continue only risking half of what I need. My only issue is I don't know how many setups I'm gonna have in the next 30 minutes. So I think I'm just gonna do 4 contracts one more time. We'll see what happens and kind of go from there. Because the goal is either to fail the account or get it back to full drawdown. Good morning, Rio. How are you this morning? Good morning, good morning. Securities backline. I got you. Okay, I got you. But yeah, I think we're gonna stick to the 4 contracts again. So risk of 375 to make 344. That'll put me back to, if it wins, that'll put me at 22 something. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. Because as time continues to progress, I just don't know if I'm gonna get enough setups. No matter how irritated I am, I have to be a little robot. I can't forget what the goal is. 235 negative on those. 3. Just release sell by. Oh, technically I can't take that divergence even if it sets up because that bar was 50. So I'm just looking for the next pullback again. And just try not to allow my frustrations to get the best of me. Today shouldn't even be red. That's the most annoying part about it all, is when you're red and you shouldn't be. I was waiting for it, but I didn't get it. Didn't get it. Hi, Nacho. I was at one point negative 6,500 on the day, so I feel you. Nacho, I'm irritated. Good morning. I'm assuming you've made it back though, right? I think like today is probably the most frustrating, mainly because I've literally been green and break even every day since the 19th, ever since I switched to order flow. And on top of that, like, it's not even just that, because not to say I don't care about P&L and stuff, because obviously I do, because that lets me know that I'm moving in the right direction with my strategy. But at the same time, just knowing that I'm red because of myself, I wish I could blame it on the markets, but it's not them, it's me. I didn't really have a lot of opportunities in the beginning of the session though, which is weird because most of the time, like, the majority of my trades are typically setups between, like, in the first 30 minutes of market open, 30-45 minutes. But the last couple of days, the majority of the setups have been after that time frame, which is really weird. But so the only thing I care about right now is just trying to get full drawdown back on my first account, so I don't have to fail it at the end of my session since it renews tomorrow. So I'd rather, of course, get the free reset rather than doing carrying a negative balance. See, I told you I knew KeAmber. I love Nacho. He's so cool. All right. No buy here. The worst part is I can't buy if we come back down here either. I'm like, why would you pull that far back? No one asked you to do that. Shit. Girl, why you turning it to food? Applejack's Nacho is the mod who got to $1 million in profits in his Apex accounts in, wasn't it 17 days? Nacho, I think that's what you said when I had asked you back then. Not be Chanel Sugar Baby. So now Nacho is trading with other props who are DCA friendly because he DCAs. Yeah, we're definitely going to have to stick to the 4 contracts on the next trade. And if we get to like 1025 before we take the next trade, I'm probably just going to go ahead and risk the entire like 600 that I actually, let's go ahead and calculate that now. So that one trade can get me back to full drawdown. And if it wins, then hey, we're good. Divided by 93.98. So 6 contracts. So we'll see where we're at in about 6 minutes. Because I feel like if I get another trade in the next 5 minutes or so, I will probably get another one by 10:45. Let me see. Yeah, I usually have at least one trade after 10:30. So that's probably what we're gonna have to do here. Yeah, I'm gonna make it. Let's make it 10:25. No more trades by 10:25. Then we're just gonna risk 6 contracts on the next trade. Try to get back to full drawdown with the hope that it's a win. Y'all sugar babies are expensive. It's been relieved of her duties. I'm now Nacho Sugar Baby. Not Janelle thank Nacho for taking you off her hands. I'm weak. Oh man. Applejacks, you are hilarious. Alright, we pushed down too far. Which is not surprising. Not surprising at all. I know if it pulls back to 471 and reverses, I can't take that buy. If we pull back to 465, I can. Here, I cannot trade that. We got a couple of stacked imbalances in this bar, which surprisingly do not work out well. But I think I remember seeing on Trade Devils, they talk about how you want at least 3 stacked imbalances in a bar for it to be a pretty strong push. And that's what this one has. It's 3 there, 1 in the POC and then 2 above it. But I can't take this trade. It's not valid for me. I'm just ready for this all to end because I'm ready to get through this journaling session. This is going to be like such a brutal journaling session. It's one thing when you're break even or like green and you miss a bunch of trades or you make mistakes, but when you're red and you do it, it's like I don't even feel like facing myself today, you know? Trenches. All right. Push too far down again. All right, we're going for it. If this reverses there, which it doesn't want to. Okay, but it might want to there. All right, we're going for it. Oh, I forgot to put it on 6 contracts. I'm an ass. I'm an ass. Y'all was supposed to trade 6 contracts there. Bitch. Alrighty. I forgot that fast to change it. Alright, technically I could get back to full drawdown or almost there with 2 contracts, so I'm gonna go with 2. And I'm a dumbass. I literally said it 5 times. I was gonna switch to 6 contracts. Stuff like that makes me angry. But it's cool. Alright, sorry I have this big ghetto calculator over there. The other part of me is like, if we carry a negative balance but we're down $250, does it really matter? Probably not. So the question is, do I just stop trading this account today and just carry that negative of a balance forward? Or do we do 2 contracts? I don't know. I don't know. Oh, that was a great trade too. Pretty good. I should be able to get one more trade in. Usually each day I have at least one trade after 10:25. Will we get it or not? That is the question. The problem is I really needed to be 3 contracts technically. But I'm just gonna go for 2. Let me make sure my trade copier is at half. It is. Let's see what we got. I can't take buys until we break 486.50. Oh, it doesn't have it over there. I was in that trade for 22 seconds. That's a long time for me. The most annoying part is, again, despite all the mistakes, if I just didn't harp on the one loss, that is usually a win. If I didn't harp on that particular loss, I wouldn't have missed the next 2 wins, which would have made me green right now. That is the most irritating part. I would be green on all accounts, and I definitely would be back to full drawdown. So, not fun. Not fun at all. All right, we've broken through. However, the exact scenario started my downward spiral a few weeks ago. Listen, Applejacks, we are here. Trust me. Trust me. Especially when you know that you've got something good going and it's literally your fault. Whether you're mentally not where you need to be, like whatever the reason is, it's always when it's me that I struggle with the most. Like, I think I told you guys this before, but when I play sports, let's say I pass it to somebody and something happens, they turn the ball over, whatever. I'm mad at myself because that person that I threw the ball to, I knew I shouldn't have passed him that damn ball. You know what I mean? Like, it's stuff like that. I'm always more mad at myself than anyone else. I am my biggest critic. I am. And I make myself angry with dumb shit. Yeah. It's me. It is me. And watch this be the day that I don't have another trade by 10:45. But I'm not going to lie to you. Even if I don't get another trade by 10:45, I am okay with carrying forward. I'm down like $230. I think. $220. I'll carry that forward. It's fine. It is fine. Let's see, 484. I'm just mad that I just didn't go with the damn 6 contracts on that last trade. Because that's another one of the divergences that I just feel the most confident in because it has a high win-loss ratio. So that's on me. I can't take a sell. Touch this buy rotation level to the tick. And now I'm really just like, do I even chance it, you know? Or would I rather just carry the negative balance forward? I don't know. Honestly, I think I'm going to change accounts. No, I'm not. Why is this such a battle? Because I kind of rather just carry a balance of negative 220 forward versus if I lose this next trade, which hopefully I don't. But if I lose the next trade, then I would be carrying like negative 500, and that's what I don't want. Yeah, I'm gonna stop it there. Just carry that forward and be okay with it. But in the process of that, I need to and of course, if I take a trade and it wins, I'm just going to be mad that I didn't just do what I'm supposed to do. So I'm just going to make myself mad all around. See, so I did change my accounts to account 23 here. I just don't want to risk carrying them even more negative balance forward. It just is what it is. So I'm going to take the trade on that one and then the third account. But account 1 is done for the day. Interesting. Nope. It keeps flipping back and forth. Damn. It's almost what I wanted to. Oh, that's a 1-bar pullback. But I don't know how I like those anymore. Alright. That was almost what I wanted. I wanted the POC to be in the body, which it was, but I wanted the volume to be different. You just don't want to give me shit, do you? Is this legit gonna be the one day I don't have a trade after 10:25? Like, what the fuck? Today is trying to fuck with my mental. You know, the crazy part is after all of, well, wait, no, because I literally started the session 1, 2, 3, 4, 0 and 4. The fact that I didn't go on tilt, I'm just gonna apply myself for that because whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, and 4 is crazy. Especially when it's all your fault. Why do you have to be right there? I'm just gonna have to do some strange things in the next 6 minutes for me to get another trade in. I would like to see us push to like 488, 489, and then reverse. If we could do that in the next 4 minutes, I'll probably be able to take the trade, depending on where the POC is in the entry bar. Done for the day, break even. Listen, take it and run. Take it and run. Today was struggle. A struggle. I want to see a reject and play up here. Are you serious, bro? I was really hoping this trade set up. Oh my gosh. Even though I wasn't going to risk the one account, still, I could have been basically break even on the other accounts. Literally rejected exactly where I wanted it to reject. Well, there was different options, but this was like the second to last option. Rejected, but POC was too low in the bar. I wanted it to stay in the wick for this particular divergence. I like it to be in the wick. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. All right, what time is it? I knew the market hated me today. No. My alarm is about to blare in my ears. All right, getting my screenshot ready. Oh wait, I forgot it goes off at 10:46. But either way. Wait, why is it in that order? Okay, let's try that again. All right, y'all. So not a terrible day P&L wise considering, right? Just a bad trading performance, but at least I caught back up on account 22, which even if I didn't double, triple, contract, you know, all that stuff, I do know that I took one extra loss on this account that I didn't take on these because my copy trader wasn't on. So even if, you know, I didn't do that, I would have basically been down like what's 150 plus? About 250 basically. But at least I got this account almost back to full drawdown. I'm gonna carry the balance forward because I don't feel like staying on the charts today. I'm just so irritated. I don't feel like staying on the charts any longer, even if it's just to blow the account for the free reset. And on top of that, I'm feeling pretty confident in the strategy despite today's trash performance by myself. I still feel really confident in the strategy to where I don't really want to fail the account, wait a week to restart trading it. I don't feel like doing all of that. This account has lasted for 30 days now, so let's just try to get it to last another 30 days. Hopefully I can pass it in the next 30 days instead, but you know, whatevs. So as far as the stats go, I took 6 trades, I believe. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I took 6 trades. I won. Actually, no, I did not take 6 trades. I took 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I did. I can't count. Girl, shut up. All right, I took 6 trades. I won 2, lost 4, broke even on 0. There was at least 1 or 2 trades where I just didn't get filled on the entry. It took off a little too fast. But I do want to show you guys this real quick. When I go and I look at my trades, right, and I look in the trade performance, so my risk is 93.98, okay? Anytime I see 103, anything above 103, honestly, 103 sometimes I count as well, but anything above 103, that lets me know for sure that that setup was not right. And if I'm not mistaken, this particular loss was that divergence trade that I took on the zone number 1 and number 2 because my bias changed. There was too much volume in the last swing before my entry bar. But because it was such a bigger loss than what it should be, which is the $93, right? That's when I know, like, girl, you lost an extra 6 ticks. When I see stuff like that, that makes me really go back and make sure that whatever rules that now that was just an invalid trade, but whatever rules that I have probably need to be adjusted a little bit, because it's too hard of a rejection for it to be, you know, a scalp like that. But either way, so that was the stats for today. Again, not the best performance, but not the most horrible. Even on the accounts that I was copy trading, you know, I still was under my $250 negative goal that I have each day. So, because I feel like you can recover from negative 250. Not if I perform like I did today though, but you know, it is what it is. So yeah, now to go annoy myself during the journaling process, and that's that. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you guys for tuning in. Please like the video on your way out if you haven't already. Subscribe if you haven't already. But other than that, I'll see you guys bright and early tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye guys.